So here is Imanaga, who was really good to start the season. Awful for a 4-start stretch in the middle of the year, but since the start of June, he's got a 2.09 ERA that's top 5 in the league.
Well, it feels like a day where the ball's going to fly, and that has been a weakness for Imanaga. In fact, 22% of his hits have been the home runs. 64% of the runs he's allowed a home run.
Ohtani stands in. The Dodgers trying to end this losing streak, longest one of the year. First pitch of the ball game, very high, and off we go with ball one. And looking out at his old friend from Professional League in Japan.
He's waiting for him to look back. He won't look at him.
Avoiding eye contact. Drills this ball deep right field. Suzuki watches it fly. Leadoff home run, Shohei Ohtani. Good at bat. Great finish. 25th for Ohtani.
How about Shota coming up and in first pitch? And Shohei Ohtani just looking back at his friend, smiling, and then locks in to this at bat. The biggest thing for me were the takes prior to this to get a pitch, elevated fastball. We talked about it coming in. Imanaga, if he misses with that, it goes a long way. And off the bat from Shohei, getting the Dodgers on the board immediately. 11
of the 25 for Ohtani this year have been game-opening sparks, leadoff home runs. Within 3 of Mookie Betts for the franchise record. Tommy Edman hitting cleanup. Hits him with a splitter, finishes off this first inning, but the Dodgers get on the board first. Right before the game started, Dave Roberts said, hey, I want you to lead off the game with a home run.
Do it.
Got it, Skip. Here come the Cubs with 15 runs the first 2 days of this series. 6 home runs, sparking that offensive outburst. Yeah, the Dodgers will try to slow this lineup down here in Game 3 with Eric Lauer taking the ball. Lauer with the Blue Jays had a 6.69 ERA. After he fired 6 scoreless innings against Seattle last week and gave up just 1 hit, it's down to 2.96 since coming over to L.A. Pete Crow Armstrong leads off and drives the first pitch in the air to center field. This game is tied, and the MVP candidates trade punches. Ohtani hits his 25th to lead off the top of the first. Crow Armstrong hits his 25th to lead off the bottom of the first.
That is a big weakness of Eric Lauer as well. We talked about Shota on the flip side, and for Lauer, about 1/3 of his hits have been home runs. He's been trying to elevate that fastball more because of it, giving up the long ball. And Pete Crow Armstrong, you mentioned it, him and Shohei going neck and neck with that MVP race, especially with their offensive numbers. And here in this one, trading off home runs.
Alex Bregman has doubled in both games this week. Poke to center field. Pages makes a sliding catch. We've seen him do that several times this week.
What is it, the 4th diving catch we've seen him make, all in too? A lot of times it's the catches where he's robbing home runs up against the wall, taking away doubles, but he's taken away so many singles by his reads and then just getting underneath. This is a ball that's dying down, spinning away from his glove.
Another guy who has done damage against LA. A little more personal in this case. Bush, of course, traded to Chicago from the Dodgers. 18 games since the trade. He's knocked in 16. Grounded to second, Miguel Rojas. 3rd time this year in the majors that there have been leadoff home runs for both sides. 2 of the 3 instances, the Dodgers today and back in April against Texas. Couple leadoff home runs in the first inning. Ohtani for the Dodgers, Crow Armstrong for the Cubs. Last of the second, here's Nico Horner to lead off. Pokes this one past Freddie Freeman, then a base hit to lead off the second. 1-on-1 out, and Dansby Swanson heating up again. This guy can go from looking like the worst hitter out there to the best hitter in the world, and the Cubs are hoping that he's hitting one of those stretches again. Swanson down the left field line. That is a fair ball, and it goes all the way to the corner. Horner can run, steps on third, and comes home. Betts won't even try, and it's a go-ahead double for Dansby Swanson.
Another extra base hit for Dansby Swanson in this series. Started the series off with a home run. Does a good job going down and getting the changeup, finding that corner out into the ivy. The Cubs the 2nd run of the game.
So Swanson now 6 out of his last 7. 2-1 game here in the second. Back to the top. And PCA against his hometown team in the Dodgers. He is in 16 games hitting above 330, 5 home runs, 14 driven in, and a bunch of memorable defensive plays. Lauer comes home with a 1-2. Left it over the plate. Hammered to deep right field towards the corner and off of the wall. Homer and a double over the first 2 innings for Crow Armstrong. Cubs lead it 3-1. 2-strike pitch right on a tee.
especially after the same pitch was thrown down in the zone for the swing and miss. He goes back to the slider with 2 strikes, but this one hanging right over. That's a gift for PCA to hammer down the line off the ivy. Another extra base hit for PCA in this series.
This is an area where Lauer's been so much better coming to the Dodgers. Opponents hit .330. Runners in scoring position when he was on the Blue Jays. .160 since coming to LA.
It's a drastic difference, especially when you need it the most.
Lauer's 1-2 offering to Nico Horner is swung on and missed, and that's the inning. And same pattern as last inning. Lauer gets the first 2, but then a 2-out hit. And this one, as you were touching on, is extra important because it brings up Crow Armstrong. Oh boy, Pete Crow Armstrong, have a day, have a year. In 4 innings, he's got 10 total bases.
He got out in front of this fastball, knew it was coming, just sat fastball and on a tee for him, which is why bottom of the order getting Taylor on base to get PCA up. 2 more runs here for the Cubs as he clears the stadium out and right.
Cubs now lead 5-1. Crow Armstrong's knocked in 4. Cubs are 5 for 8 with 2 outs in this game. Over Muncy and down the line. 3 consecutive 2-out hits. This one a double for Suzuki to extend his on-base streak, now 23 games. 2 outs for Bregman. He jumps on it and slaps it into left field for a base hit. Here comes the throw from Tommy Edman. Offline, 6-1.
Aggressive swinging, and that's what we've seen this entire series, is jumping on another fastball early in the count, expecting it, getting it, and another run for the Cubs.
Imanaga, 32-year-old in his 3rd season, 15-3 as a rookie here. And outside of that 4-start stretch midway through this season, he's been the guy that he was as a rookie. 0-2 pitch. Freeman sends a high fly ball to left center field. Taylor and Happ coming together, and it's Taylor to make the catch. A worthy fill-in for Pete Crow Armstrong.
So scary moment. Looked like these 2 were going to collide. Makes the grab there, but barely missing a collision.
And now Kyle Tucker is 0 for 2. 2 hits Monday, 2 hits yesterday. It's Taylor to end the inning. Halfway home in a 6-1 game. So just like last inning, Taylor reaches with 2 outs, and that gives Pete Crow Armstrong a chance. He is 3 for 3 today with a pair of home runs and a double. Enriquez gets 3 strikeouts in the inning and puts up a 0 in the 5th. Michael Busch lines this one into center field for a base hit to lead off the 7th inning. And Busch has his 2nd hit of the ballgame. Horner's already got 2. Horner corks this one to the left field corner, and he's got his 3rd hit of the ballgame. Busch is waved home. He will score. RBI double for Nico Horner, and it's 7-1.
Nico Horner gets a slider just hanging, and seen this 3rd double get into the ivy, and Tommy Edman gets stuck, and you see his hands go up in the air, and then it pops right back out. There's some interesting places to play off the wall in the big leagues, but when you've got the ivy out there, a brick wall, and a net for it to ricochet off of, watch how high this thing bounces, gets stuck for like a second.
Jonathan Hernandez comes on to pitch.
Series that has been shaky for the bullpen. Jonathan Hernandez getting 2 scoreless innings Monday night. Came in, finished off the 7th and 8th innings. Quiet the bats. The Cubs that had scored 10 runs that game.
Popped up into left center field for Tommy Edman. And another chance here for Pete Crow Armstrong, who's put on a show for these fans today. 2 home runs and a double, 4 knocked in, 2 scored. Gets onto this one on the left side of the diamond. It's Muncy. And Jonathan Hernandez does his job, retiring both batters. Caleb Thielbar is on the pitch. 39 games this year for the 39-year-old. Stays on this pitch, slaps it into center field for a base hit. Well, the one good thing today, Mookie Betts, 3 for 3. 4 for 4 from Mookie Betts, just spraying line drives to that half of the field. High fly, deep right. Suzuki's back. It is gone. Max Muncy scrapes the sky with a 3-run home run. And the Dodgers are saying not so fast. Cutting the deficit in half with his 22nd of the year.
Finally, Joe, we've been talking about it. A lot of singles in this game, a lot of base runners getting on base, and then what's to follow has just been outs. Instead, back-to-back singles and then a home run on the fastball up in the zone. A lot of fly balls not leaving the yard for the Dodgers. This one does. 2nd home run of the game for LA and cutting into that lead. 3 more runs.
That's Muncy's first hit of this series, and it's a big one. 7-4 ball game. Homer and a single for Ohtani today. Ohtani does have a home run against Efferjan. Flied out against him yesterday, but 1 for 3 with a homer. On this 2-1, Shohei pokes it to left field. Happ's going back on the track. He turns. It's gone, and it's a 1-run game. Wow! Keep on going, Shohei. You get all 4. 7-6. Second home run of the game, 26th of the year for Ohtani. And what do we have here? Oh! The Dodgers roaring to life.
Late in the game, too, we've seen all the offense come in this series early in the game. Shohei Ohtani, we saw the pulled home run in his first at-bat. A beautiful job on the sweeper. I think he didn't know if it was a double or a home run as he stopped at second. Just an opposite field shot.
Tying run at first, go-ahead run at the plate in the form of Kike Hernandez. They've batted around in the 8th. Got him with the high fastball. Dodgers explode for 5 and change this game. Heck, they make it a game. Muncy with his 22nd. Ohtani with his 2nd of the day. His 26th. Jacob Webb is on the pitch. 17 consecutive scoreless outings for him. One of the 12 guys that's worked as a closer for the Cubs this year. Betts could tie it with 1 swing. Cranks one in the air to left center field. Sinking, but here's Happ to make the catch. And in the ball game, Dodgers score 5 times in the 8th to make it interesting, but in the end, they suffer a 2nd straight sweep.
The response that they had in this game offensively is what you want to see. You want to see the W, absolutely, but the fact that the pen ended up holding the Cubs late, that big 4-run 8th inning is what this team's got to take onto the plane to Arizona.